the verdict is in. Tory Lanez looks like he's going to be doing some time.
I don't think he's going to go to jail.
He going to jail for sure.
I think he's going to get suspended.
Oh, he for sure going to jail.
I haven't heard anybody say that he might
get a
not go to
suspended
jail.
sentence.
He is 1,000% going to jail.
This case was too.
They've had him guilty of shooting a woman in the foot. They
What
can't
if that
just
nigga
let
do
him
like?
out.
What if he get like a year house arrest and a 10-year suspended sentence? I think that's very likely.
House
that
arrest,
suspended sentence shit is so likely when you got money.
I think he's going to get like maybe 5. I said 9 at first, maybe 5.
Everybody I heard says is like between 5 and 9, most likely.
Yeah, I hope they just give him a suspended.
And the reality is he's probably never coming back to America.
No,
after that.
that's the reality. He for sure, his ass deported, and that's why house arrest isn't really a probability because they don't even want his ass in the motherfucking country.
Yeah, and he did the right thing by dragging his kids to court every day because he actually has me like kind of feeling bad for not for the fact that he got to go sit down, but just for the fucking
kids.
ramifications that that's going to have on his loved ones and shit. Even though, I ultimately think that justice was probably served, but when you look at those kids.
You was on the edge
I
of
think
your
it was
seat
a
too.
lot of reasonable doubt, and I don't think he should.
No, because I was
excited.
sitting next to you. You was like, bro, Kelsey just said she lied about everything.
I was tapped
We
in.
was sitting there literally like.
There's
all
so
day,
many
every day,
crazy
every day.
things that happened throughout the course of that trial, though. Specifically, her giving testimony that was completely the opposite of this shit that she said right after the shit. And then the neighbor comes out and says, actually, I saw her fire a shot. And then I saw them trying to drag her into the whip like they were going to fucking dump her off in the river. And nothing else in the whole time on trial, nothing else corroborated what the neighbor said at all, which was crazy.
So, but honestly, do you feel after every information that you didn't gather, do you feel that they got him without a doubt?
I think they did a great job at raising some doubt, and it seemed like a lot of people kind of felt like they raised enough doubt that it might have got him off. But ultimately, I think the reason why the jury came back pretty quickly is because there wasn't really that much doubt. And especially like the media just did such a good job painting the idea that there was more reasonable doubt.
of doubt coming down to this.
First of all,
I think there's a lot less than a lot of people think.
I don't understand how that shit wasn't a mistrial. You got
Facts.
You got suspects consorting with jurors in elevators. You got people recanting their testimony.
Statements. You have witnesses can't be found.
But they're not going to call a mistrial because of little shit like that.
That sounds like a mistrial to me.
In typical cases,
Absolutely.
that usually be mistrial.
Any one of those things, much less a collection of all three. Now, Adam, I want to know how it feels. You being an outspoken advocate for Meg throughout this whole thing.
Not for any particular reason, just because I thought that that was the case.
Let's clarify. 1,000%. You were like, he's guilty. This is what happened. You were standing on that hill. You took you took the record and put it in the mirror, let it reflect to oblivion. And then when it comes down to the verdict being announced, when that could have substantiated everything that you said, your very own platform reported the complete opposite. Wrongly.
We're the laughing stock of media right now.
Who do you think authored that tweet?
Flacco.
I mean, yeah. I believe it was from the social media team helmed by our very own Flacco Chungus.
That was unfortunate. That was a bummer. Just because it's like he should have been willing to wait a little longer. To be fair, like Rap TV and fucking Say Cheese got tricked at the same time. Dom is live.
But they weren't riding.
How you in court?
But they
and
weren't
still get it wrong.
But they weren't standing.
He wasn't there that day.
How you in the building?
He wasn't there. Not that day.
Fuck.
But they weren't
That
standing
paperwork,
on that
that
opinion.
paperwork
Like,
looked real though.
It did.
like you were standing on that from Jump Street.
Yeah.
You were like, so the fact that you don't even get to rack up them brownie points from the feminist community.
Well,
or
I'm not
whatever
trying
you
to
were
get
pandering
brownie
to.
points or whatever, but definitely, yeah, that sucked that Flacco felt the need to fucking prematurely post this fucking, in retrospect, clearly fake thing.
Let me ask you.
This is the thing I want to get to, though, is that, so Anthony Fantano, who did the podcast back in the day, haven't communicated with him a very long time, but I'm a fan of his content, right? So I still am subscribed. I watch his shit from time to time, and I seen he dropped a video called Tory Lanez is Guilty. And it was a weird feeling because I pretty much agreed with everything he said the whole video in the sense of like what he was saying about Meg and shit. But he just decided to, in this video, like unload on me and Ack. He calls Ack like a stupid fucking, like basically acts as if Ack like is like this terrible misinformation blogger or whatever. And then he says, Adam 22, loser. And he posts on the screen two things. He posts a screenshot of a Vlad interview clip where Vlad basically suggested, like, what if Tory Lanez ends up suing Meg after this all ends if he's found innocent? And I said that would be beautiful. And I was just kind of like taken out of context a little bit because, like, yeah, I said that would be beautiful if that happened, if that's actually how it played out. But like, anybody who's like watched me talk about this shit knows that I basically had Meg's back this whole fucking time. And then the other thing he put on the screen was this quote that I said on the news that went viral. And in retrospect, it's just like 100% true. It's exactly what happened, which is they went to a party at Kylie Jenner's shit. There was some kind of flirtation or whatever. Kylie, at some point asked them to leave or they leave. And then Meg gets into this crazy ass fight with Tory Lanez. And that's how the shooting happened. So like, I got dragged by Twitter.
You got dragged.
For saying that exact account at the time and just basically saying, this is what I heard. Now that everything has come out, that is basically, it's just a little bit more general version of exactly what happened.
That's a pretty tame account.
But
too.
bro, I know in retrospect, yeah, but at the time, that was kind of like, oh wow, like this is a narrative.
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah, but Anthony Fantano, I'm watching this whole video and I'm agreeing with the whole video, but then he's basically portraying me as if I was this anti-Megan person the whole time. Now, but then when I say that, I have to add the asterisks because somebody on my team felt the need to post something that was not true on the No Jumper account. So that just like the fact that I sat here on this podcast and that our hardcore fans who actually watch every episode know how I feel doesn't fucking matter because to a regular person on Twitter, that one tweet of Flacco getting the verdict wrong was like way more people saw that than will ever watch this conversation that I'm having right now.
And they're all going to blame you and not him.
Yep.
Nobody's going to blame Flacco.